Good morning, YouTubes. Welcome to episode 3 of our Project Balmoral restoration series. We're 16 days into this build now, so let's have a look what we've done over the last week. If you remember in the last video, we had a few different spray outs of some different shades of green. Discussed that with the client and ended up going with the middle shade. So technically not Balmoral Green, it's now custom green. So we're open to new names. The client has asked us to ask the internet what you all think we should call it. So if you have any suggestions, let us know in the comments. In the last video, we discovered that the bulkhead was substantially more corroded than we were expecting. Made the decision that it wasn't cost effective to repair it, so we got a new galvanized bulkhead in, and then that was one of the first things we sent off to paint so we could get the bulkhead painted, get it back into the workshop and start building up the new bulkhead. Before we put the bulkhead on, we've gone through, soundproofed it with some really nice thick soundproofing to try and keep the vibrations down from going into the cabin. We then started refitting some of the accessories and then running all the wiring loom. Wiring loom wasn't in the best condition, so we spent quite a lot of the last week actually going through the wiring loom, checking it and repairing it and rebuilding it in places. So the two most important bits when we start rebuilding the body are the bulkhead and then the rear tub. Sort of allows us to get going with lots of the bits of the sort of next stage of installation. So last week, rear tub went off into paint. It's all been taken back to bare metal. The internal panels and the underneath panels have been then painted with Raptor bed liner, all color coded to match the vehicle to try and make it a bit more durable, take some of the vibration out of the panels. And then the floor supports were quite corroded, so they've all been replaced with new galvanized ones. And then we've installed the tub back onto the body with all new stainless steel fixings, and then making sure that we've got some rubber barrier layers between any of the contact points to try and avoid any of the corrosion going forwards. Once we got the tub installed back onto the body, we've then gone ahead and started fitting it out. So part of that's been installing the new galvanized cappings. I think it looks really lovely against the green, a beautiful contrast. And then we've started on the rear end wiring. Been a lengthy task to try and undo 30 years of other people's bodges, that's probably the best way of putting it. But it's all clean and tidy now. Got all the rear lights in, they're all working. And then we've just started to lay out what the rear tub's going to be like. So, because the vehicle is going to be practical as well as being pretty for the owner's horses and things like that, they've decided to go for a genuine Land Rover rear load mat. And then we're going to build some nice bench seating in the rear that's kind of practical for putting saddles and boots and things on, but still looks pretty. So we've roughed out some of the sapele hardwood that we like to use in the vehicles, and then over the next week we'll start to prep this, detail it, and get it all ready for installation. Once we had the bulkhead installed and the rear tub installed, we could then look at fitting out the front cabin area. So front seat box has been repaired and then also painted in body color Raptor, hopefully to take us again some of the vibration out and make it a little bit more durable. Same with the footwells, transmission tunnel and the inside of the bulkhead. That's been refit with stainless steel hardware, and then again anywhere where we've got steel and aluminium touching, making sure we've got some rubber insulated boundary layers between them to stop the electrolytic corrosion happening. But as part of rebuilding the cabin here, obviously had to install the sills. The original sills were in quite good condition, so they got sandblasted and then painted back in the Raptor, again installed with a rubber boundary layer to stop the corrosion you often get along the side of the seat box. And then rather than having traditional aluminium sills along the side of the vehicle, the clients opted for galvanized rock sliders, partly so they have a bit more protection off-road, but also for when they're on out in the fields, they've got something that they can tie their horses to. Should be a really nice, practical touch for them going forwards. Having something that's aesthetically nice, but also practical for them is a really nice touch for the vehicle. Always find one of the most exciting stages of the restoration and the rebuild process is when the finished set of wheels and tyres go on the truck. I think these look absolutely lovely, and being in the body colour will give the vehicle kind of very classy finish rather than maybe in white or silver that you traditionally have. These came in as a bare set to us from Simon from Devon Defenders, so big shout out to Simon. Lovely wolf wheel that's been banded, widened a little bit with then Goodyear angular tyre. Our paint and body team painted them last week, and then tyres have been fitted and they've been put on the vehicle, and I think they look absolutely amazing. So sticking with the sort of practical, rugged theme of this vehicle, clients opted for winch to be installed. They've supplied this winch to us, and then we've sourced a galvanised winch bumper. Once we had the bulkhead and seat box installed, we've then gone through and run all the wiring for this while the wings are off. It makes it much easier, and then it's all been installed on its own fuse setup and then isolated with an easy access isolator switch in the cabin. So over the last few days, we've mainly been on the wiring of this vehicle. We touched on it earlier. All the rear of the wiring is done now, so we've had to replace all the stalks and the steering column to make that all work, and then we'll start over the next few days working forwards, and when we get the wings back from paint, we'll refit the inner wings, the outer wings, and get the front set of lights sorted. And then in the cabin here, going to try and keep it fairly simple but nice. So we've got a premium carpet set coming. We'll go through soundproof all of this again on the inside, fit the soundproofing, refit the dash, and then we've got a pair of really lovely chocolate brown leather seats that will be heated, and a chocolate brown cubby box to kind of really finish this area off. So then really to kind of finish the cabin off, we've ordered from Mazai 4x4 new window trims and new headlining. So they're all coming in coffee, really dark brown colour, which I think is going to look lovely with the chocolate leather seats, the green paintwork, and then the Sapele hardwood bench seats in the rear. And then we've ordered some more carpet in so that we can carpet and insulate the centre bulkhead and make the interior feel really premium. So hopefully this time next week we'll have rested the panels back from paint. So we'll have the rear quarter panels, we'll have the windscreen frame, the roof, so we'll have the whole shell complete. And then when you join us in the next video, we should be starting to fit the interior. So that wraps up week 3 of this build. Awful lot of progress in the last week. The truck's really starting to take shape now. So looking forward to getting stuck into the sort of next phase of the build. Make sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss our next update. Thank you for watching this video. We'll see you in the next one.